All right, now I just want to quickly touch on something I was talking about in the last video real quick when I was talking about how it's not absolutely necessary to lift heavy if all you want to do is build muscle. Now, one of the comments I got was how many reps should you do then? But you have to realize it's not about reps. It's not about objective measurements at all. It's about what happens to the muscle while you're doing your reps. And the way you do your reps will determine the result that you get. It's not about how much weight you lift. It's about what happens to the muscle when you lift that amount of weight. And it's not about keeping the set going for a predetermined amount of time. It's about what happens as a result of the muscle having to work for that amount of time and the quality of work that it's doing. That was the entire point of the entire series that I just did on muscle building methods. To know what the pathways are so you can focus on those and not waste your fucking time trying to figure out what the magical amount of weight to lift is, or the magical number of reps to perform are, or the magical amount of time under tension is. There's no magic in any of that. The magic comes from the effort that goes into the work that you do and channeling your efforts to trigger growth through the 5 primary pathways that stimulate growth if the goal is to build muscle. One of the things that always kills me is when people talk about time under tension is if that's what matters most. When really, if that was the case, then why don't you go pick up the pink dumbbells at the end of the dumbbell rack and do sets that last 40 to 60 seconds. Who gives a fuck about how many reps you do, and see how well that goes for you. And one thing you guys have probably seen is when people are banging out garbage reps in an effort to get to 10 because they believe that 10 is the magic number, when really, if they did their reps a little bit better, they might not get to 10, but they get a much better result. Now the point is, if you're focusing on objective measurements, like how many reps to do or how long your set should last, then that tells me that you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Now I've said it before and I'll say it again. Training is a subjective experience. It's something only you can experience. What you want to do is know how to trigger the response that you're there to get and adjust your efforts accordingly. And there's no magical amount of weight, reps, or time under tension that does that.